Good evening, Nashville, and welcome to Borough TV. I'm Evan Smith.
And I'm Charity Fry. Borough TV is the student broadcast network of Hillsboro High School, and we're here to give you an inside look of all the remarkable things happening at our school.
First on the rundown, it's one of the latest trends in education, and it's happening right here at Hillsboro High School.
That's right, standards-based grading. And our very own Evan Smith, my co-anchor, has the story.
The letters SBG have become an embedded piece of lingo across the Metro Nashville School District. Though different from traditional grading policies, some students are up to meeting the standard.
Well, from my experience, I think that the standard-based grading is just to truly see if the students are learning and to see if they're really taking the time to know the information for themselves.
The students might not like it right now because they're different. They're just not playing school now. They have to actually really study.
Teachers are still battling to get themselves and their students adjusted to the new initiative, but both students and educators feel that SBG promotes true growth.
They are understanding why it's important to actually learn the content instead of just doing assignments. The assignments have more meaning for them.
Also, just kids improving, also as people, just developing better study habits, developing better behaviors.
With the implementation of the new grading policy, members of Hillsboro's administration have become pretty good at explaining the exact intentions of the change.
We want to get back to two major things. One is that grades actually show or demonstrate a student's mastery of the content. And two, that teachers are actually only assessing the standards that are in the course content.
Teachers say the biggest change they've seen has been the effort in students taking hold of their own education.
We're having great conversations with the kids. It's no longer what's my grade in the class, it's how can I learn this standard.
They understand that they have to know the content, therefore more of them are putting more effort into actually studying and asking questions.
One thing it seems everyone can agree on is that standards-based grading is a change we won't regret.
I think it's a pretty good move for the district because it really helps improve the students and I think the district as a whole.
Thanks for giving me the interview for that story, Charity.
No problem. Another benefit of standards-based grading is that it gives teachers more information on how to meet the needs of their students.
Meanwhile, it's a story you'll only see here on Borough TV. Several students from our interdisciplinary science and research program are investigating the water quality here in Nashville.
Borough TV's Jonathan Young has the story.
According to the World Water Assessment Program, 2 million tons of sewage are discharged into the world's water supply every day. But what about right here in Music City?
We're performing a series of chemical tests to test the chemical levels in the water, see how much pollution there is.
Students in our Global Health and Science Academy went to Richland Creek in Nashville to get answers. And what they found might just surprise you.
What we found is the water actually is fairly clean. We do not see a lot of chemical pollution in our water sources. However, we do find elevated levels of fecal pollution.
And that raises the questions about water filters. Do they really make your water cleaner?
So faucet filters, really what they're doing is really reducing the taste we find in water. So in the summertime, for example, the municipal water sources can actually have algae in them. And so in the summertime when the water gets kind of musty, it's actually from the algae. The algae is not harmful to us, but it does change the taste and quality of the water. And so those carbon filters, which is essentially what they are, will help improve that taste.
And if you thought bottled water was the best solution, think again.
Bottled water actually comes from municipal water sources most times. It might say on the bottle from a municipal water source. Those kinds of water sources are simply just water that we treat at a local plant. I would say that the drinking water in Nashville is likely just as safe as any bottled water. And because simply put, other than distilling it and having pure 100% water, which we don't have when we drink bottled water, you're really getting a lot of the same things in it. So it's kind of one of those situations where it's kind of wishy-washy. It just depends on how you approach it. So.
But as far as the water here at Richland Creek, these students say they'll pass.
Based on the test results, you definitely don't want to join it.
Reporting for Borough TV, I'm Jonathan Young.
Now, it's important to note that all of our water here in Nashville goes through an intensive purification process, and Dr. Swartz says that overall, our water quality looks pretty good.
Meanwhile, Hillsboro's athletic programs have undergone a big change this year.
They're no longer competing against Williamson County schools at the district level.
My co-anchor, Charity Furr, has a story.
From competition to cash flow, there's no question that Hillsboro's recent district change has made an impact on the school's athletic programs.
Obviously, Williamson County, they have Brentwood and Ravenwood, number 1 and 2 seeded teams in the state. So playing against them was a challenge. But the fact that we never were able to win a game was frustrating.
And that's precisely why some people said Hillsboro needed to make the switch from the 11 AAA division, which houses mostly Williamson County schools, to 12 AAA, which houses mostly Metro Nashville public schools.
A lot of parents vocalized how it destroyed our kids' self-esteem, and it wasn't any fun. There was no competition because we were being destroyed in every event except for football and basketball. And the decision was made to go back into the Metro District, 12 AAA.
But what remains to be seen is whether that impact will help or hurt all of our sports teams in the long run.
I would have to agree with that. Williamson County would probably be a better preparation going into the tournament. As far as just straight athletic ability, though, you know, these Metro teams can compete with anybody. So, I mean, from an athletic standpoint and facing a good roster with a good lineup, I mean, Metro is no joke.
Team-wise, I think this is a type of district that we really do fit in. It's kind of more of our flow.
The atmosphere of 11 AAA games, more neighborhood schools, more community involvement because of that, create a more competitive atmosphere. But basketball is basketball.
One thing is for sure, the impact not only affected the level of competition for some Hillsboro teams, it also affected the level of ticket sales, a main source of revenue for Hillsboro athletics.
I think your gate comes from how good you are, plain and simple. I mean, if we're really good, our gates will be fine. If we're not, our gates will suffer.
I think it was a good decision if you really want to talk about our kids' morale. With the girls' soccer program, I know our girls were absolutely elated all season long, and it was an incredible experience to win.
I think since it's all the same Region 6 AAA, and our goals are always to go beyond the region, it doesn't really matter.
Reporting for Borough TV, I'm Charity Furr.
Time now for a quick commercial break and a closer look at what's happening here at Hillsboro High School.
Remember, you're watching Borough TV on the NECAD Network. We'll be right back.
Good evening, Nashville. My name is Jamie Jenkins, and I am the principal of the International Academy of Business and Communications here at Hillsboro High School. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Just wanted to give you a brief understanding of our academy. We have an excellent core group of teachers who teach your kids everything from business and marketing to broadcast and media. We're also an IBCC school, which means that not only is your child getting a solid base of media and business principles, but they're also able to take the most rigorous curriculum that we offer as well. So if you're considering a school for your child to attend, I urge you to consider Hillsboro High School. You're going to get an education that is based on both the academic rigor and on valuable skills that your student will need once they leave high school and enter into college and or a career.
Say goodbye to the video.
Bye-bye. Peace. Bye.
Gotta go live. We will see you on the live side.
We are here live at the Borough Dome. Right now the score is 62 with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Reporting for Borough TV, I'm Jamoke Carr.
logistics, business management. That's the pathway. That's what I meant, man. I said it's in me to pass. I said it's in me to drink a glass of water. Water. And clean my throat. Everybody know I said I got a warm coat.
What does the coffee shop teach you about running your own business?
Money management.
A plan that says, okay, this is how you should route a truck.
Hi Nashville, I'm Dr. Craig Hammond, Academy Principal for the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program at Hillsboro. And appreciate the opportunity to speak today for just a minute about the IB. The IB is an exceptional opportunity for you and your high school age students. We hope that you'll come to Hillsboro and take a look at the International Baccalaureate. It's not offered many places in our state, and we're very successful with the program here at Hillsboro. Every year, many students will leave Hillsboro High School with an IB diploma, and they are prepared for university anywhere in the world. We offer tours all the time, and we want to encourage you to stop by. Thanks again for allowing me to speak. Thanks for watching Borough TV. Go Boroughs.
Welcome back to Borough TV, Hillsboro High School Student Broadcast Program.
We've been giving you an inside look of our school, and now we continue with the story about a unique program that's new to Hillsboro this year.
It's called IBCC, and here's a closer look at the program. There's no other program like it in the entire state of Tennessee.
So IBCC is a combination of IB diploma classes and CTE pathways. And students complete a reflective project through it where they choose an ethical dilemma, they do community and service, and then they also do language development. So it's a really good way to combine rigor and relevance in a student's life.
And that's precisely why so many students at Hillsboro High School are flocking to the program.
You know what's coming in after high school. You really get a feel for what college is going to be like or what careers you're going to be looking at afterward. Get more of a focus.
We're actually learning how to run our own company, and we're making real profit, and it's really fun.
The International Baccalaureate Career-Related Certificate, most commonly referred to as IBCC, is a framework that not only provides students with the rigor of an IB education, it also gives them a chance to explore a wide array of career pathways.
That really gives them ownership over their education so that they can do something that caters to their strengths as well as really embellishes the talents that they already have.
You get both fields and you can take multiple pathways. Like I'm doing global health and science plus communication, broadcasting. That's kind of a cool thing. I want to go into both of those.
And they even have some words of wisdom for incoming freshmen who may be interested in the program.
If you want to be challenged, but you also want to have fun while doing it and know that you're actually learning something and being productive, then go for it.
As Evan mentioned, our IBCC program is the only one like it in the state. And as a student, I can tell you firsthand that it's a great experience.
Now, you might have heard of the show America's Got Talent. But what you might not have known is that Hillsboro's also got talent, and it's got a lot of it.
Borough TV's Ebony Young has the story.
Lights, camera, action.
Welcome to the Show Me What You Got Talent Showcase. We are so excited that y'all are here. We're going to have a good time.
And she was right. A good time was had by all at this year's talent show.
I know right there you were.
From singing to dancing and everything in between. There's no question there's a wealth of talent within Metro Nashville Public Schools.
We have a lot of really talented people. We have athletes, we have dancers, we obviously have cheerleaders. We have a lot of academically talented people as well.
I'm looking forward to some really great performances because I heard that some of my Sophisticated friends are performing, so I really want to come and hear them sing and also see what the other schools have to offer. And at this year's talent show, there were even some guest performances from crowd members. And one Hillsboro teacher says he expects the show to be even better next year.
I was extremely impressed with the talent that we have here at Hillsboro and surrounding schools. But I think our job as educators and people in the community, I think we just need to continue to get students to tap into their talents, and I think it'll be even better next year.
Reporting for Borough TV, I am Ebony Young.
We're going to take another quick break, but stay with us. We've got a lot more to come.
We'll show you how one high school athlete bounced back from a play that he never saw coming.
Plus, we'll show you one of our very own Hall of Famers.
Borough TV is back right after this.
Hey Nashville, I'm Melissa Harkreader, Academy of Global Health Science Principal at Hillsboro High School, and you are watching Borough TV, and we're going to tell you a few things about the Academy of Global Health and Science.
What we do is we hone in on the skills that deal with the medical field, whether they want to be in sports medicine, nursing, doctors, anesthesiologists, and things of that nature.
We also have ISR, which is Interdisciplinary Science and Research, and that is a partnership with Vanderbilt Science Outreach. They study forensics, they study cancer cells, they have a chicken body farm, that's really cool. We also have a partnership with Vanderbilt Medical Center with our health sciences, and that's a sports medicine emphasis, and our teachers are former athletic trainers and physical therapists, so that's a really cool thing going on at Hillsboro.
Lokesh, Shelby.
I got a 90. What did you get?
I got a 60. I should have studied probably.
This class is getting hard.
I know. You going to the football game tonight?
No, I had other plans.
Hi, you guys.
Maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of the angel.
This year's football season is in the books, but for one Hillsboro player, the lessons he learned will last a lifetime.
Borough TV's John Joyner has the story.
It was the call no playbook could have prepared him for.
When the change occurred, Porter was, really down and really upset. He wasn't really talking to anybody.
The coaches called me and Mike into their office. It was Coach Clayton and Coach Murphy. And pretty much they just told me that, that they wanted to go in a different direction.
In that new direction meant Porter Streeter would no longer be Hillsboro's starting quarterback.
I didn't take it too well. I put a front on, that night I kind of went home and I was pretty upset. I've been playing QB my whole life, and it was a change I wasn't ready for. And to be honest, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel.
While he may not have seen the light at first, this high school quarterback dug in his heels, refusing to feel sorry for himself.
I remember that night I went home and I was talking to my mom, and you know, she was pretty upset and she was pretty torn up about it. And you know, I told her, I was like, Mom, I was like, you know, with these positions I'm gonna play, I was like, I'm gonna try to be the best I can. I was like, I'm gonna be a freaking beast at it.
With beast mode turned on, Streeter's coaches say he's one of the best they've ever coached.
Porter Streeter is the definition of a kid that works hard inside the classroom and out. Since we got here last year, Porter's works, I mean, harder than probably any kid I've ever coached.
And the support of his teammates added an extra level of motivation.
It definitely motivated me to work a lot harder. I mean, in the weight room, I've spent countless hours for freaking 4 years in here, so I've been grinding and putting in work, and you know, working hard is one of the things that I live by.
I told him that, you know, if you keep everything first in your life, keep God, family, school, and football first, you're gonna see a way through this and actually find out what's best for you.
I kind of realized about a month or a month and a half ago that this was probably the best thing that happened to me, because, you know, I started working harder, and then I got back on the field and I started excelling in my other positions. So it's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, but I saw that a lot later than when it actually happened.
Reporting for Borough TV, I'm John Joynton.
Every year, Hillsboro honors former student athletes who have made a lasting impact on our school.
Our very own broadcasting teacher, Ms. Banaszak, shows us why Hillsboro alumni Walter Fisher is one of our very own Hall of Famers.
He's one of the greatest linebackers to ever play for the Hillsboro Boroughs. A 2004 graduate, Walter Fisher Jr. was born to play the game of football, something his father knew from the time he was a young boy.
He was about 3 years old, and one Christmas we decided to get a Tinker toy, which was a scooter, or I think it was a wagon. You know, Tonka toys are doomed for life. It was the third day after Christmas, and I walked in the garage and found one of the wheels off of it. And I went to my wife and asked her what happened. And she told me, said, well, J.R. tore up a Tonka toy. You don't tear up Tonka toys. Tonka toys are for life. And I knew right then there was something special about the kid, because that's all he did was tear up stuff.
Fisher made the team as a freshman, and during his sophomore season, he helped lead the team to the state finals. Although he didn't get to play the whole game, he was awarded the defensive MVP of the state championship game.
He loved to hit. Walter loved to hit. And, you know, he again, his charisma, he was so charismatic that he always brought a good, very seldom did you catch him with a chip on his shoulder. Occasionally you would, but when he was good, everything was really good, and he was a pleasure to be around, and he brought a lot of energy to the field just like Alvin did.
Although Fisher was unable to play his junior year, he came back strong for his senior season and helped lead Hillsboro High School to their first state championship in football. Once again, he made the All-City and All-Region teams and also earned the state of Tennessee's prestigious Mr. Football Award. But for him, the other players were much more than teammates. They were family.
Hillsboro team, pretty much majority of the team, we grew up together, basically. We came through the whole Hillsboro system, from going to Walter Stokes, to Julia Green, to JT Moore. Then, we came, half of us came through the whole system together, so it was more than the team. We was like a for real band of brothers out there.
After graduating from Hillsboro, Fisher played for Coffeyville Community College for 2 years. After that, he continued on to play for the University of Tennessee, where he was recruited as the #2 defensive end player in the nation.
They say that courage doesn't always roar, and some students here at Hillsboro know that firsthand.
Borough TV's Ethan Troop gives us a closer look at the deaf community here at Hillsboro.
Some students at Hillsboro may not enjoy the sounds of radio jingles or notes produced by the band, but when taking a look inside the deaf and hard of hearing community at Hillsboro, we learned that the success sounds the same for everyone.
What I would love for the community to know is that these are kids that are great kids that have a lot to offer into the community, and that as long as they have sign language interpreters with them, they can go on and get great jobs and go to college and do all of those things.
Hillsboro's unique atmosphere is maintained by a cluster of sign language interpreters and assistants that put in hours of preparation to ensure that their students are reaching their goals.
We have teachers that know our difficulties and they want to help us accomplish what we want to accomplish. And Hillsboro has a great program for us.
Aside from rigorous planning to accommodate students, the biggest challenge for special needs educators is getting people to realize the difficulty of everyday spoken language for hearing impaired students.
English is really a second language for them, and I think a lot of folks don't understand that.
The hardest class would be English for me. It's really tough. I have a hard time with that.
Once English became less of a challenge, one deaf student decided to start the process again.
The toughest class for me right now would be Spanish. Whew, it's really tough.
According to one hard of hearing student, kids with that hearing deficiency sometimes feel like the outsiders.
Sometimes it's hard to understand when they're like sign language and then they're like, oh, that's not fair. I wish I could learn it. But it's like sometimes they just be thinking we're talking about the other people, and then they'll just hate and just be like, I know this person's saying about me. But no, it's called expression. We have expression.
It's the same attitude that keeps our deaf and hard of hearing community focused on their goals.
Don't let anyone discourage you. Not one bit.
Reporting for Borough TV, I'm Ethan Troop.
That's all for this edition of Borough TV on the NECAD Network.
We're so glad you joined us. And remember, for the latest news and information, be sure to check us out at boroughTV.com.
We leave you now with an inspirational message from all of us here at Borough TV. Have a good night.